to try something a little different today. I haven't posted a video in a long time, and I thought that I would do one, but I have it's not that bad, but a scratch on my hand, and I thought with an extreme close-up, it might just be gross. So you get to see my face. Today I'm going to talk about II Onyx. Sorry about the glare. I'm sitting right in front of this beautiful window. Gives me good lighting, but it's going to probably create some problems today. So Courtney Alexander, if you didn't know, is the creator of this deck. This is the original size. I'm just going to take the shrink wrap off so that we don't have to see all this glare. And Courtney recently, I'm going to share this link below. There's sort of a call to assist Courtney right now financially if you can donate, or if you purchase one of Courtney's decks. There's also a couple other things available in Courtney's shop. I think there's some prints, some tarot bags, things like that. So here is the original II Onyx box. And it has a little sleeve that I am going to struggle to get off on camera. Okay, it's happening. It's coming. It's fine, everybody. Just relax. Okay, cool. That came off so easy. So this box is really nice because you can use it for display. You can use it for storage. It's a good quality. That's the wrong side. It's such good quality that I don't even know which side opens. II Onyx right on the inside. Melanated tarot deck. What's nice about this one is that it comes with this nice, this is not a little white book. This is a actual, like, hardbound book. And I'm so excited to get into this. I don't know. I'm not a big little white book reader. I just don't, so much of what I do with tarot is intuitive, so I don't tend to do a lot of reading. But I do love, especially on a deck like this, that's so, like, it follows, I feel, for the most part, it follows, like, the Rider-Waite-Smith sort of construct, but with Courtney's art being so different and so exciting, I love to be able to read why the artist chose that image or what that meant to them. So that's going to be really exciting. And it's, you know, these full color for each card. I think it'll be really nice. There's some spreads. There's elemental, astrological terms, numerological. I love when people add numerology. I love numerology. I don't like math, so don't get that confused. Yeah, this is a big book. This is great. Okay, cool, very cool. Author bio in the back, and a little spot for notes. There's the artist statement. I'll let you guys read that yourself when you get yours. And then it looks like there's the deck is split into two, has two little ribbons to pull the deck out, and a little plastic band. This is the probably not very exciting part of this video where I'm just taking plastic off of things. I'm so sorry. But even the inside of the box, it's so thoughtfully made, like that embossing, it's beautiful. This is why we like indie decks, right? Because, you know, they get to make these choices and you see where the money is going. And it's really thoughtfully, you know, I think created and constructed. So there is this sort of like title card. And if you haven't seen this deck before, I'm going to be a little surprised. But yeah, so beautiful gold stamping on the cards, you know, and okay, I'm all over the place today. You know that I, if you know me, don't love gilding. I kind of hate it. I feel like It just doesn't do anything for me, and in fact, it oftentimes hurts my hands or makes shuffling weird because it creates a lip. This is the only kind of gilding that I like. That sort of like matte, um, dusty gilding, I really like it. And, because of the way that this deck was packaged, you can see that split. I bet you it's going to flex out the minute I start shuffling. And, so this is obviously brand new for me, but I actually bought I think they call it the travel edition first because I was afraid of this card size. I don't like oversized cards. I find it hurts my hands to shuffle them. I'm a big baby like that. And I don't know, I feel like I have like regular size hands. I don't think there's anything especially strange about my hand size. Speaking of size, let me just roll away really quick and grab a traditional tarot. Okay, I'm back. So I grabbed my Morgan Greer. I'm just going to show you. Here is the II Onyx. Here is the Morgan Greer. It's really not that much bigger, but I do think that what's nice about this really feels like an art deck to me. Like it's a very usable deck. It's going to have a lot of purpose, but the art is so beautiful. Having it be just that tiny bit bigger, I think is going to really help pull the artwork forward and sort of make you feel like it's more immersive, like when you're doing these readings. So I'm not going to show you the whole deck because I'm sure there are a million better II Onyx walkthroughs than this one, but we'll go through a couple. You can see they call this the emerging one instead of the Fool. That kind of gilding on there, beautiful artwork. Instead of the Magician, we have the Conjurer. I don't know why I keep feeling like I have to be in the shot. This is not a video about me. This is why it's so much better when I'm filming overhead, because you don't have to see me being really stupid. The Shaman is in place of the High Priestess. And yeah, so the Major Arcana, very beautiful. I'm going to just say that's got to be Grace Jones, right? Like, there's definitely some like referential. I see some of these images and I like know the reference. But there's so many that I don't. So I'm really excited to kind of work with this and just like see how it calls to me. I really like the shuffle or the travel version, whatever they call it. But it is like a little bit smaller. Oops, some of these are upside down. This is something else that I think is really interesting in this deck, is there's this sort of blank card. Mine has a little schmutz on it. That's fine. And you can see it's very reflective. I think it's supposed to be like a scrying kind of card where you can kind of gaze into it and see what comes out for you. I don't know that I'll use it, but I think it's a really cool option. I will now show you, because I am prepared for once, the shuffle. Oops. I will show you the travel edition. So here is Suspension, which is the Hanged Man or the Hanged One. And then here is the original size. You can see it's quite a bit smaller. And then again with my Morgan Greer, it's a little bit wider than the Morgan Greer. Having trouble lining this up, I'm sorry. You can see it kind of comes out the side, but it is obviously quite a bit shorter. I do like, I'm sort of like Goldilocks. I have like this requirement for my decks to be a certain size and the right card stock, and I think we all have these sort of like biases on how we use our cards and how we shuffle, and I really like to riffle shuffle. So this is a great deck. It's a great size, but I knew once I had it that I really wanted the larger size, and so I have it. And instead of going through this whole deck, I'm just going to, I guess, is it going to be weird if I shuffle this? And, you know, I'm so used to filming overhead. I don't know. We'll see. Shuffles just fine. It's definitely a little bit, it feels like it needs to be broken in, you know. And it does have, that cardstock has that sort of matte, I guess people call it rose petal, finish to it. So, you know, when I finish shuffling, there are, you know, some cards that kind of stick up. And if you bang them on the table, it'll be fine. If that's the worst thing that happens in your day, you're going to be okay, I promise. So let's see. I'm going to shuffle a couple more times, and let's pull a card and see what we get, and then I'll do a reading, or I'll read from the book, rather. Just sort of see what Courtney has to say about the card. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Hopefully you do too. Yeah, I don't mind this shuffling at all. And I actually, in my mind, what I was worried it would feel like is the, what is it called? I don't know. Insert name of deck here. However, this I find feels a little easier to shuffle than that. And I can tell, like, the cardstock is really bendy, it's flexible, it's like a good weight. I don't know the exact, you know, people will be like, oh, it's 330 GSM. I don't know. Why do you know that? That's weird. But yeah, it feels nice. I'm going to shuffle one more time and then pull a card and we'll see what we got. It definitely feels like I will have no problem shuffling this. And we have a jumper. Okay. So we have the star, and that's a really very beautiful rendition of the star. Let's see what Courtney has to say. Awakened, renewed faith, hope, harmony, community. Dormant, depression, pessimism, unfilled dreams. Okay, this I didn't know. That I'm going to assume is upright and reversed. So upright is awakened, reversed is dormant. I love that. I love that it's awakened and dormant. That feels better to me. I'm not a big reader of reversals, but there are times, because I read intuitively, that I feel called to read it as reversed. We got this awakened, upright. After every storm, there's a moment of serenity and peace. As the rubble spreads across the horizon, we can look up to see the beauty and wonder of the world around us. The skyscrapers that loomed over our lives are now cleared, and we envision the promise of something new. We have ventured into the underworld and dealt with the challenges of temperance, temptation, and the tower. I assume temptation is what they call the devil. We struggled with all we had, working our way to the light of the star. Again, here's our star card. That beautiful embossing, what do they call that? But yeah, on this card, I didn't realize this. On this card, it's even in this sort of like chest piece. I thought there was just going to be like gold embossing, but yeah, it's sort of like blue. It's beautiful. So beautiful. Courtney, you did such a good job. I love it. The star has guided us to a place of hope for a better tomorrow. In this place, we can close our eyes and imagine the new possibilities that are now ready to be birthed. The deep, fresh waters wash over our feet, like the ritual washing that blessed those before us. Bright roses bloom as a symbol of new love and passion for life. We can now breathe a breath of fresh air as we take time to make room for gratitude and renewed optimism. The star invites you to replenish yourself, embrace hope, and have faith in miracles. This card brings to mind the famous gospel song by Shirley Caesar, "You're next in line for a miracle." Your struggles have not gone unnoticed, and now it is time for the sun to rise on whatever situation you are in. It is time to grab a hold of your power and manifest your desires into this realm. It is also time to redevelop your relationship with yourself, your higher intuition, and your spirit. The star energy is within. This is the time to live your truth. If you find this energy blocked, check your emotional and spiritual landscape for subconscious thought forms that continue to breed negativity. Take time to contemplate which ideas continue to bind you so that you can finally find the freedom to dream again. Okay, beautiful. I have a couple thoughts here. I thought it while I was reading. Did Courtney write this book too? Because this is great. Yeah, I think Courtney wrote this whole book. That's a big feat, to be an independent artist and create all these images, to create all this art, and then to write these beautiful descriptions for each and every card in this deck. That's a lot of energy that Courtney poured into this. And I love that she brings in a song from Shirley Caesar. So now if and I'm not sure if this is in every, it's not. But, so there isn't a song for every card, but maybe the star is a card that you find sometimes difficult to wrap your mind around. Well, now you have a song that you can listen to and sort of see maybe how Courtney made that connection from the Shirley Caesar song to this star card interpretation. Awesome. Yeah. The more I work with this deck, and again, I've been working with the little boy. I love this deck. I don't care who you are. You need to buy this deck. It is so beautiful. If you want to get the travel size is very cute. I'll just pick the box up. I love this little box. Very handy. And I love this sort of like negative matte space here. It's got that beautiful pattern on it. And then this lifts off. And there's the deck inside. And also this does have a little white book. And the little white book is definitely like traditionally what you would think a little white book would be. There's no images in here. And the associations, the meanings are really short and to the point. So let's see. Let's compare it to the star. Beep, 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 boop, boop. The star: awakened, renewed faith, hope, harmony, community, dormant, depression, pessimism, unfulfilled dreams. That was the very, very short first paragraph in the book. And it's beautiful, and it's going to work. It's going to really help you key into the meaning, if that's what you need. But this book is amazing. And don't be fooled, because you can buy the travel size and the large size book. So if you're someone who struggles with larger card sizes, like for me, sometimes I have a little bit of arthritis in my hands. So a big deck that's like very chunky, it's really annoying because then I have to sort of like split it into 2s or 3s and then do all that shuffling, and I don't love it. So a deck that's maybe the smaller size might fit better in your hands. It might feel better shuffling. It might just be more comfortable for you. And just know that you still have access to purchase the full hardcover book of Courtney. And this also has that sort of rose petal finish on it. Beautiful. I mean, you can tell by looking at this book, by looking at the box, by looking at the sleeve that I very easily pulled off. It's filled with thought. This is really created by an artist, And I think there's a lot of decks out there right now. There's been a big sort of explosion on the market. A lot of creators are making a lot of tarot decks. And personally, as a reader, I feel like there's a certain type of deck, maybe you know of these, where you pick them up and you're like, this is beautiful, and this is clearly an art-only deck. Somebody used these archetypes, the tarot was a jumping off point for them as like a tool to create this deck. But it doesn't really work as well for reading. And I'm not going to name any names because, you know, everybody has their own experience, and if there's a deck out there for you and you love it and it connects with you, then like great, more power to you. I want everybody to be able to find the decks that are right for them. For me personally, this deck, II Onyx, it has so many layers. It's beautiful art, but it's the imagery really is impactful. It was really thought through. The meanings in the book, I mean, it's just layer, layer, layer. I think this is a deck that can really grow with you. You can grow with it, and I think it'll really level up your practice. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. What else do you want? All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope this was helpful. Go buy this deck.